It's time to end out this Super Speedway swing as we head to the Daytona International Speedway under the lights for the running of the Samsung 250, and we're getting oh so close to the chase. We're about halfway through the season. On the pole is the 22 of Luke Rainey, 2 outside is the 42 of Code Luigi. Then 30 of Justin Knight, Johnny Gardner in 4th, and Jay Jefferson rounds out the top 5. Then 60 of Anthony Lehman, 7th Lawrence Poundpond, Joey Trickle in 8th, Diego Yepes in 9th, and Adam McDowell rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field is TJ Henley in the 44, got his first career Target Series win here in Season 1. Clayton Thomas 2 is outside. They have William Bullen and Eli Bright. Then there's Marshall Burrow and Matt Hamill, along with Stephen Baker and William Seaman. They have Jeff Bright and Trey Rainey, along with Riley Spraley-Tube and Colton Yo. Then there's Isaac Nichols and Jake Galloway, Landon Lyons and Michael Canto. They have Jeffrey Buford and Gustavo Rocha, along with Greg Lee and Jonathan Wong. Then you have Bill Seaman and Max Anderson, Charles Robert and Alexander Rowe. They have Alex Stewart and Michael Sanders, along with Carson Bowers and Steve Larker, then Sebastian Kukulon and Andrew Miller. And in the final row, you have Jonathan Buford with Danny Lloyd to his outside starting in the 42nd and final position. There's your starting lap for the Samsung 250 at Daytona. Let's get going with our starting command.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Take a nice deep breath, buddy. Settle in, relax. Give your seatbelt a little tug and tug on your steering wheel one more time for me. Good luck, bud. We'll see you at the end of this deal.
And our 42-car field rolls off the starting grid here for the Samsung 250 at the Daytona International Speedway. It's been a wild track in the past here in the Target Series. We've seen some crazy crashes. We've seen some wild finishes here before. We've seen close finishes. We've seen leaders wrecking coming into turn 3 to get to the finish line. Ends up with other drivers on top. Starting on the pole is Luke Rainey, the 22. He's into the top 10 points. This race could be big for him. Get another win, get a good finish. Keep it up there in the top 10. Code Luigi needs a great run desperately to try and keep the momentum he has up to get up inside the top 20 in points. Try and get up there to make the chase. It'll all be after 15 laps, though, here at Daytona under the lights. So it's going to be an amazing race here this afternoon. As the pace car makes its way down the front stretch, they'll make the left-hand turn to pit road. 15 laps, and we have the 42-car field in the hands of Luke Rainey and Code Luigi on the front row. And we're racing at Daytona with the green flag. Jay Jefferson leads lap number 1. They took up by Luke Rainey, the 22. They're down the back stretch. Now he's Yepes by him. TJ Henley, the 44. Previous winner here at Daytona ran pretty well in this night race before in the Target Series. He's running third, so those front 3 get away as back 4th on back. They are 3 by 3 by 3, all the way back to about 40th position. Now down the backstretch, Hanley makes a move for second, but he has no drafting up to get that. And Yepes with the move from the 28 of Jay Jefferson to the middle lane, getting that side draft off the 28, trying to stay below him into turn 3, does keep it down there. And they're side by side for the race lead. Diego Yepes underneath Jay Jefferson gets by him as they come off turn number 4. TJ Hanley in the 44 there gets to second, has Marshall Burrow behind him in third. Now Burrow looking low, 3 wide in the 44 car as Yepes leads the lap here at Daytona. And his teammate Burrow to second now as he come out of the tri-oval. Is he going to look 3 wide though? Stephen Baker down low in the 23 car. Gonna get it through 1 and 2. Jeff Bright tried to get down and follow that 28 through, but 74 is down there and the one that bands back to the top side. Now down the backstretch, Yepes still leading. Baker in the 23 looking to try and make a move. Here he goes to the middle lane. But Colton Yo already all the way down that double yellow line. Will make it 3 wide down the backstretch for the race lead off into turn 3. It'll be Colton Yo now out front here in the Samsung 250. Nichols behind the 7 car. We'll get to second with Michael Canto up to third. Here comes Greg Lee to fourth in the number 6 car. Now off of 4. 14 keeps it down that double yellow line. We'll get down underneath the 7. Covers the spot from the 6. Colton Yo down front of the 14, trying to give that 14 some draft, get away from that 7. He moves back up to the 7 as they approach turn 1. He'll move back down to the bottom lane. It's 3 wide. Greg Lee come with the run. Bill Seaman looked to the inside but got shuffled to the middle by Charles Robert in the 24. They have Michael Sanders in the 11. They're along with Steve Larker and some others that are just shuffling their way forward. It's going to be a big shuffle fest, and then if we see a caution, that could definitely affect how the shuffle works. Down the backstretch, Charles Robert tried to follow that 6 car, but Greg Lee went all the way to the top side. Now off into turn 3. Greg Lee up top 3 wide. Michael Sanders in the 11 down low. Through 3 and 4. Sanders and Steve Larker. Nose to tail. And how about Jennifer B from the 62, who dominated at Pensacola, leading 14 of 15 laps to get to victory lane. She's up inside the top 5 now, and you might not want to let that 62 car get out front. But it's the 62's teammate, the 2 of Colton Yo, that's out front controlling the lanes and right now dominating at Daytona. But there's still 11 laps left, still tons of moves to be made. Jennifer Beeford, one of the moves being made right now. 3 wide to the bomb for second, trying to get there to help her teammate out and maybe advance Colton Yo forward. See that 3x3 pack? One small mistake and the whole field goes with you, so we don't want that to happen. We want everyone to keep it nice and clean. Down the back, Jennifer Beeford moves up in front of Steve Larker, getting a big push down the backstretch. Alex Stewart tried to move up there with her. Now will she get shuffled to the middle, or will she get down front of that 46? She could not get that done. And now all the way to the bottom, Alexander on the 07 with a push from Jake Gow in the 19. Jonathan Beeford, Andrew Miller in the bottom lane. They have Carson Bowers in the 33 there. Luke Rainier pulls here, has made his way to the back of the field. Now he's in the middle lane trying to get down low. Code Luigi started second. He's currently 42nd. So it took 5 laps to get back there. Now up front, Colton Yo still leading. Jake Galloway to second. Andrew Miller for third in the 52, 3 wide to the bottom lane. They have the 33, Carson Bowers, the 00 of William Seaman, who's second in points coming to this race. So a lot riding on him to try and get up to that points lead. Look at Galloway down the backstretch, pulls low. There's a big move down low, and he may have lost some speed doing it, but down the backstretch they stay pretty orderly there. Can Galloway stay underneath? He does, and into turn 3, no trafficking up to the 19. Very great help to the 2 of Colton Yo. But now Miller gets shoved to the high side, and here comes William Seaman, going to save that 19 of Jake Galloway off of 4. And down the front stretch, Jake Galloway going to lead the lap, but not for long. William Seaman to the inside in the 00 car. He'll take advantage. He wants a lap led to get 5 bonus points over Lawrence Palapon, who currently has not led a lap. I have not seen him all race. Colton Yo back to the middle lane, trying to make something happen. Gustavo Rocha gets to the race lead as he's getting a push from Joey Trickle. Trey Rainey up here, along with Max Anderson, Eli Brand, the 88, down the bottom lane. Down the backstretch again, here comes that 25. He'll get put to the middle lane. The other one with the help from the 00. There comes the 18, Trey Rainey, 3 wide to the bottom lane. They're going to go 3 wide for the race off into turn number 3. It's Trey Rainey. Down low is going to have the advantage. And they're 4 wide further back. Talladega winner Clayton Thomas going around with Hanley. They save it around. Goes to 5 into the field. He gets to 16 others. Back of the field is wrecking here at Daytona. Yellow flag is out for a big one at the back of the field. Trey Rainey leads back to the caution flag. And that's late in this. No yellow. We're still racing. They'll crash, but no yellow. We're still green flag racing here at Daytona. Trey Rainey leads. Eli Bright second. Matt Hamill up to third. How about Danny Lloyd finding his way to 4th? And in the 21, we're still green. That's really affected the back half of the field. It's all split up. You start there, Michael Sanders, Steve Larker. They're trying to catch on. TJ Hanley's back there. Jeff Bright, Justin Knight. Those are 2 teammates. So meanwhile, their teammate runs second. Eli Bright behind the 18, Trey Rainey. Don't want to jinx anything, but these drivers have had some sort of feud in the past in the Gary Cup Series. So a while ago, nothing's really happened since then. But you know, with both of them really on edge right now with how their seasons are going, tempers are going to be high, and both of them want to win. So I might be surprised to see them maybe rough each other up if it were to come down to the end to those 2. Luke Rainey gets to third, but shuffled 3 wide immediately as Riley Spiritu in the 78 pulls low. They have the 90 there of Landon Lyons. Oh, the slow of Trey Rainey right there. Really slow up the outside lane as those drivers caught them big time. Down the backstretch, I think the 51 did catch up to the field. Looks like a Steve Larker. It looks like he is up here with this pack. The 11 has faded back to the 9, the 44, and the 1. Spurley 2 with a big move on Eli Brand, the 88, to get to the bottom lane. And through 3 and 4, he's there with a push from Cole Luigi in the 42. We're coming to see 6 laps to go on the lap curve. Isaac Nichols headed without a hood. This could play a big impact in who wins this race. Back of the field getting tight. They're catching the 7 of Nichols. Which lane will go? It's going to be the bottom lane. Cole Luigi gets away with Anthony Lehman. 6 to go at Daytona. Now Lehman looks to the inside of the 42. And Lawrence Palpon, your points there, gets away to 3rd. Jennifer Beeford, who dominated Pensacola, is up to 4th. And William Bull in 5th. side by side for the race lead up at the front. Eli Bright stuck there, landing in line, straight reining some others. And this could cause a yellow flag to end the race if they keep shuffling to try and get by. Anthony Lehman leads now. Cole Luigi still to his outside trying to make something happen. You see all the cars shuffling to get around the 7, but the 7's teammate Eli Bright still stuck behind him. Through 3 and 4 comes the 5 to go. And these front two not being in a line, really allowing third and back to get a big draft. And look at the run they'll have in these next few laps. 5 laps left here on the Samsung 250. If a yellow flag were to come out, the race would be over. 5 laps left here at Daytona. Up front, Anthony Lehman leads. Cole Luigi to second, looking for the race lead. Back there for third, Jeffrey Beeford, the push from the 74 Bullen will take it. And now, back to fifth, Lawrence Palapine. Here comes Alexander Rowe. Some others that have gotten away. Eli Bright desperately lost a ton of time. He's back there at the 11 now. But with them being shuffled, some other cars have actually caught up. So this could actually help more cars get involved in it if they can get caught back up. They have Michael Cantle in the 14 and succeeded 62, and the others have already caught up to the 42 and the 3. Jennifer Beeford makes a move for a second in the 62, trying to get 2 of the 3 Super Speedway swing wins this season. Cole Luigi still out front, coming to 4 laps of racing to go. Jennifer Beeford right on his bumper, might look to the inside here into turn 1, or does she stay right tucked up on him? Or does Luke Rainey fill that hole to the bottom so the 62 can't make a move? Luke Rainey down low, he'll take second. So right now the drivers have started on the front row, they just flip-flopped. Cole Luigi now first, he started second. Luke Rainey now second, he started first. Colton on the 2 has kept his nose at the front all race long. He's in the money position with 4 laps of racing to go. Coming to 3 this time. They're 3 wide for second. William Seaman in the 0-0, second in points. Trying to gain points on Palapine. He's falling back. We're coming to 3 laps to go. Nothing is set in stone quite yet. Cole Luigi doing a great job out front, but if he gets past at some point later on, it could all be over for him. He might not be able to get down to the bottom and gain spots. 3 laps left at Daytona. Gustavo Rocha with a big run entering turn 1. Can he get beneath the 42 of Cole Luigi, or can the 42 shut the door? Luigi tried to get down, couldn't get it done. Rocha to the inside with Bill Seaman. 4 wide. Alexander and Max Harrison close. They're sideways onto the apron. They save it for now. We're still green flag racing. Rocha pulls up in front of the 42 to cover the spot. Bill Seaman in the 98. Here comes Jake Gowen in the 19. Alex Stewart looking to make it 4 wide for the race lead in 3 and 4. There are 4 wide at the front of the field. This could end the race if a yellow comes out. Will they make it work? Off of 4, the leaders beating and banging. They're still hitting. They're shoving each other. They're still 4 wide. Will they make it to the stripe? 2 to go. They're still hitting. They're still running around. They go. All the leaders are involved. Kukulon gets away the 20. They're still crashing. Kukulon gets away. Buford in second, and the car's driving through the grass. Can Kukulon make it around 2.5 miles? Or is there something wrong with the car? The yellow is out, and not many cars have gotten away. It's Sebastian Kukulon leading the train around. Trevor Buford second, Joey Trickle, Jonathan Buford, Eli Bright, and some others coming away with damage. Coming to take the caution in the white together. Sebastian Kukulon, the 20 car. Off of 4 races. He's going to win the Samsung 250 after the big one ensued. There's the damage. Colton Yo driving away. Kukulon crossed the stripe. He has 2.5 miles left. What a finish. Big one. All the cars involved at the front. And not many get away with damage. I think Kukulon may have gotten some damage in that. There's Yo, Luke Rainey, Sanders. There's Cole Luigi, Adam McDowell, Bullen, Galloway, Wong, Stewart, Knight. There's Jeff Bright, Thomas. They're still in the grass trying to get by. Yepes. There's Jefferson, Seaman. There's Palapine, your points leader. He'll end up 18th unofficially. The 0-0 will end up 9th. We'll gain some points there as long as they can keep it like this. But look at all the cars with damage. And it looks like it's going to be Sebastian Kukulon to win it. What a finish that was. When we saw them go 4 wide, we knew that wasn't going to work. Alex Stewart just sent it off in there and said, why not? It didn't work, but it provided some excitement for these fans here at Daytona and the drivers as well. They up on the wheel there trying to get by, and Sebastian Kukulon does it right. He'll end up in victory lane. They see the smoking number 2 car, Colton Yo, he'll come to the pits and end up, I don't know if he'll finish the race a lap down or if he'll be out of the race officially. So we're coming to take the checkered flag. Kukulon with the luck on his side. Some drivers going to be coming down pit road possibly with some damage. This could affect the finishing order, so we'll see how everything plays out once we take the checkered flag. The checkers are out for Sebastian Kukulon, though we know he's going to win here at Daytona. How do Lyons and Seaman fare out in this finishing order? To the checkered flag. Sebastian Kukulon steals a victory here in the Samsung 250 at Daytona. What a wild finish. So it's Sebastian Kukulon with the race victory, but we have a lot to check out. First, we'll see the crash, which could have been a caution but wasn't, and then we'll see the caution that ended the race. So I think the 7 was one of them involved in that first crash. Here's what's happening. TJ Haley in the 44 is getting a push from the 9, Justin Knight. The 5 of Clayton Thomas sees that hole down low. He's thinking, if I can get down here, get down the bottom lane and gain some positions here. Instead, he makes the move way too late. TJ Haley's already getting a push. He's already down there. So then they go 4 wide off into the corner. Hanley can't let off. He has the 9 car pushing him. Thomas may have been able to fill that hole up top, but couldn't get it done. And then it just runs out of room through 3 and 4. And around they go right here. You can see, I thought they were going to save it right there on the apron. When the 44 comes back up, he just gets the 5. Around up into McDowell, up into the 48. They get the 11, the 24, the 6, the 7, the 4, Marshall Burrow involved. There's the 23, the 89. The 0 Viapes gets away, but he was off pace after that. So he did not have the draft at the front, but it's a lot of cars involved in that. At the back of the field, I'm really surprised there was not a yellow. I guess by the time they were already, I don't know if they got fully around it. I see sideways, 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 no cars around yet. The 14 was at the back of the field when he went around, and then that should have been a caution, but I don't know why it wasn't. Now, let's see why the yellow was called, or let's see how the race ended under the caution flag. 4 wide at the front of the field. 4 wide never works, and at the front of the field, that's just asking for trouble. We'll have to look at this from many different camera angles, but we saw the 4 wide move that Stewart pulled into turn 3 and 4. They made it work. They were being banged off of 4. They're being banged through the tri-oval. Stewart edges at the line right there to lead. And then they run out of racing room, out of the tri-oval, into the wall they go. And look at the 01 up off the ground. And then all the cars involved. Kukulon just on the inside gets away. Buford in the middle of it all gets away. And there are so many cars involved in this. A big crash. Going into turn 1, car still piling. Bowers up off the ground, never goes up and over. Oh, there's Luke Ray getting hit hard by what looked to be the 8. Here comes Sanders. He hits Yo hard, and it was on from there. That's the big one here at Daytona, and it happens at the front of the field, and Kukulon somehow right there, second on the inside lane, gets away. And imagine if he was spun up in front of the field and got Jeffrey Buford. Who would be able to correct their car in time to get out front and win? It's a big crash. It's Eli Bright driving through the middle of that in the 88. That's amazing there. Just from a few different camera angles. So there are 4 wide across the stripe. Stewart leads. Contact rubbing into the wall they go. And the whole field's involved. Kukulon gets away. Some others. Troy Trickle went through the grass, drove it through the grass to get away. There's Buford driving through. Eli Bright in the 88. And some others flying. Hanley went around but was able to get it going straight again and gained a few positions off of that. And one more camera angle from the spectator view. And then we'll go on board maybe with a few drivers. Man, it's a big crash. A lot of cars involved in that one. Cole Louisiana the 40s, who started outside the front row. He's been having some great results lately, but now he's involved in a big one here at Daytona. Just in the middle of it, nowhere to go, and that's what happens. Luke Rain started on the pole. He's top 10 points, but now heavy damage to that 22 car. We'll send him to the back of the field. And you can't really blame anyone. That is just hard racing. Here go all out to get a win here at Daytona. And that's what the 46 did. He went all out, tried to make it 4 wide, and it did not work. And that's what ended up happening. That's just a tough break for all these drivers, but nothing really could have been done there. It's just a big racing incident there. Pound upon your points that are involved. Oh yeah, Pound Pound got hit from behind. It looked like into it. Looked like he had it missed pretty well, but then got hit. Second in points, William Seaman has it on board. He drives away from it. We'll see where he ends up in the full results. That's just amazing to see from these onboard cameras. We have even more. TJ in the 44, who got his first win in the Target Series here in this race in Season 1. Spins it, but gets back going. I think he's going to end up with a solid top 10. There hits the one. He gets spun around by the 41. Gets it going straight. You can see all the cars in front of him. He's wondering where to go, where to go, where to go. And he finds it right there that he can just get right through there. Keeps it going straight and gains a few positions off of that. Jennifer Buford, last race winner, gets through here and will end up in the second position. Watch this from her view. And she's right in the middle of it. She right there, right in front of her. 51 involved, gets high, and gets by it. Great job by Jennifer Buford there. And this wouldn't be planned, but Eli Bright did such a great job driving through the middle of it. I have to see how he was able to get this done. He's at the back of this line, so he had time to get it done. We'll see what happened from his angle. Crash, the smoke. You can't see anything because of how thick the smoke is. Drive it down low. Oh my gosh, he never went below 100 there, and he made it through that crash. It's an amazing job by Eli Bright. In the end, Sebastian Kukulon comes home with the victory here in the Samsung 250. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Samsung 250 at Daytona. There was only one caution flag for one lap, and 9 lead change among 9 different drivers. Sebastian Kukulon brings home with a lucky victory here at Daytona over Jennifer Buford, who got so close to winning 2 races in a row at the Super Speedways, but she'll end up second. She'll still probably take that, though. Another great points day for her. Joey Trickle in third, Jonathan Buford fourth, and Eli Bright emerged from that crash in fifth. If Anthony Lehman in 6th, TJ Hanley spin to 7th. Christy Bowers in 8th, he also spun around that crash. Same with Steve Larker, who was in 9th, and Alexander rounds out the top 10. There's your top 20. Seaman was going to end up in the 9th position. Pitted there at the end with that damage. He ends up 11th, and the 90 Land Lions finishes 13th from that damage, and he was going to finish somewhere around 6th or 7th. You look down, Pound Pond's up 17th, so after being involved in that crash, you can't really say anything bad about that. Look down 21st to 40th. 30 cars finished the race on the lead lap. Jeff Bright, Jake Alloway out from crash damage right there, and then on down. Orocho, Lloyd, Stewart, Bolin, McDowell, Luigi, Rainey, Yo, Nichols, Hamill, Sanders, and Robert all out. Cars that led the most laps. Only 3 laps was the most. Code Luigi in the 42 and Colton Yo in the 2, and they both end up 36th and 30th respectively. Let's now go look at the points. That wild finish definitely shakes the point standings up. Lawrence Pompon keeps the points lead, but it's shrunken down to 23 points over William Seaman, who's second. Andrew Miller emerges to third, so he's only 79 points back. Clayton Thomas is fourth, and Danny Lloyd up to fifth. Now Johnny Gardner in 6th, Jonathan Buford 7th, William Bolin down to 8th, Luke Ray down to 9th, and Max Anderson holds the final chase spot in 10th. There's your top 20. Your 2 wild cards. Adam McDowell with his 2 wins in 14th will be one of them. The other one, highest in points with a win, Jennifer Buford in 12th. So those great finishes that she's been having, getting her closer to a chase spot. She's only 7 points outside the top 10. She can definitely get up there. Adam McDowell get up inside the top 10 and change this whole chase picture. Sebastian Kukulon with that win up to 17th. He has a shot at this chase before it's over. 21st to 40th. Drivers here with some good results moving up, some with bad results there in that wreck moving on down. Look down at the rest of the field. We'll look ahead to the next race, which will be from the high-banked Super Speedway to the short track in Boston, the White Castle 300. I'll see you guys then.